Welcome back. In the previous part, we finished off the old schoolhouse once again. So now it's the evening. It's lovely orange, isn't it? But it's time for some bonding scenes, so let's speak to Alisa here and see what's on her mind. Are you already done with practice for the day, Alisa? Yeah, the second years are all busy preparing for the festival. They might ask me to help them out with setting things up here at some point too. Guess nobody's getting any rest until the festival's over. Especially those of us who haven't come up with anything yet. Yeah, I really hope we can find something that's perfect for us. Should I stay around to talk with her some more? Yes. Hey, Lisa. Would I be getting in your way if I stayed around a while longer? Oh, no, not at all. There's a spare cross here, so how about we play some catch, too? A cross? Oh, the stick thing. I've never used one before. Would you mind showing me how to use it? I'd be happy to. Catch. Oh, my face! Back to you. Oh, that one actually flew pretty straight. Getting the hang of this. Little by little. I imagine it's because of like his aptitude with the sword. It sort of makes sense, because if Cassius can go over to using a pole, maybe some logic there, like, makes sense, doesn't it? Similar muscles, that sort of thing. Similar muscle motions. You know, it's nice to play catch with you like this. Never expected that we'd end up this close. What? That kind of came out wrong. I only meant that a few months ago you couldn't stand to be in the same room with me. But now, here we are. Well, there was the accident and all, which I specifically told you to forget about. My bad. But this makes me happy. I remember worrying that we'd never be able to make up. So I'm glad we can just play ball now. Cut it out, you're making me blush. I know what you mean, though. I just wish our time together didn't have to come to an end. Wait, how my words are coming out wrong. I meant that I don't want our time together as classmates to come to an end. And that's all I meant, okay? Yeah? Got a good point, though. We're going to be second years in just a few months. 1 year after that, we'll be graduating. Sounds like a long time from now, but sure to be over before we know it. Yeah. Irene? Do you remember what we talked about back in Nord? I don't think I would have come any stronger without Class 7's help and support. Yours included. So, thanks. Thanks for worrying about me. Thanks for telling me to keep looking up. I'm finally starting to move forward, step by step. There's something I probably couldn't have done if I hadn't come here and met Class 7, or the rest of the Academy, or if we didn't all get to spend time together like this. I agree, but I guess we both said some pretty embarrassing stuff now that you mention it. I'm embarrassed just thinking about it. But even so, stand by what I said that night. I'm going to move forward. I want to do it with you and Class 7, and all of the members of the lacrosse club. Because I wouldn't be moving forward at all without all of you helping me. And I'd like to think I've helped you too. I'm sure that we'll stay true through next month's field study, and the Academy Festival after that. Me too, Alisa. Feel exactly the same way. Things might seem rough now, with our last field study coming up. And the looming shadow of our final exams doesn't help either. And to be honest, we'll probably have even more challenges to face as second years. But the time we spend together, both the good times and the bad, those are what we're going to remember. Those times are the blocks we keep putting together till we find the shape of the lives we want to live. Yeah, you're right. As long as we don't give up and stick together, we're going to be just fine. Nothing would tear Class VII apart. Level 5. May as well get a little bit of rounds in at the same time. That was a fun way to pass the time. I wouldn't mind doing it again sometime if you'd like. That would be great. Thanks. Triple dot. What are you doing here, Crow? Huh? Oh, nothing much. Did something happen? Nah, just feeling a bit sentimental. It's nothing serious. Don't worry about it, man. Crow, sentimental. Now I'm really curious. Spend time with Crow. Hey, Crow. I'm a bit tired myself, to be honest. Would you mind if I sat here with you for a while? I swear, you're getting weirder by the day. But sure, feel free. What a sunset. Between this and the cooler weather, feels like fall's finally here. Sure does. Can't help but feel like kinda let this summer go to waste, though. Crow? Up for a round of Blade? Seriously? Where'd that come from? Seems like you've got something on your mind, and that's not a good look for you. Round of Blade might only distract you from it for a little while, but still. I don't like seeing you down like this. I want to help, even if I can't do much. Just because you're a second year doesn't mean you need to pretend you're indestructible. We're in this together. Me and the rest of Class VII are always here to listen, and we know you're there for us. That's what being that's what being friends is all about. That better not be a promise you don't intend to keep. Huh? You're a lifesaver, man. As it just so happens, my wallet is very empty. Oh. I was sweating how I'd survive the festival next month without any cash. Crow took out his Blade cards. Besides, how could I say no to such a kind offer? What do you say we start the betting at 100 mirror? Whoa, hold on.
Alright, let's get started.
Please let me actually play. I mean, I'd like to see it, but ooh.
Go on, draw a card.
Did...
I'm up first. Take this.
Okay, well, that's not good straight out, is it? Go with the draw.
Same score, gotta redraw. I'm up first. Take this.
That's fine, because then I can come out with 2. Get rid of that awful 2. Let's go with a 5.
Take this.
Ooh, go with another 5.
You fell for it.
Go for what, mate?
Same score, gotta redraw.
I mean, come on.
Same score, gotta redraw. I'm up first. Same score, gotta redraw.
With what, mate?
Oh man, I lost!
Shit. Didn't think I was gonna lose. Okay, double or nothing, let's go. You couldn't pay me anyway. You tricked me, didn't you? Huh. Took you long enough. Psychological warfare, my friend. People can't resist when they see a joker like me acting all sentimental. They start lining up to get fleeced. Again, like pulling out from, like, the old Let's Play. It's very much like, this is the type of character who's using misdirection. It's like that happened at the start of the game. But you can do misdirection on a misdirection. Yes. Can't believe I fell for it. If it didn't work, I wouldn't do it. Honestly, though, it's been a month already. You should have me figured out by now. I really should. But you're one of us now. How could I not be concerned? You're one weird dude. Well, we've already got our cards out. So how about another round? Might as well. No bets this time, though. Alright, I can dig it. Doesn't hurt to get a regular match in every now and then. And so the two of them played Blade, with the dying light of the setting sun streaming into the window. You forget the bond. Do I get any money from that? Where's my money? Where's my money? Huh. Playing a round or two without money up for grabs isn't so bad every now and then. We should play again sometime. I'm always up for a game. Or two. I made some cookies at the cooking club today. Nicholas and Margarita got all freaked out about it, but it was super fun. What'd you do this time? I let Lemmy help me flatten out the cookie dough, but he kind of flattened the whole board on accident. It's almost charming when you put it like that. Almost. Should I spend some time with her? Yes, of course. Mind if I can hang out with you for a bit, Millium? You don't really get the opportunity to relax together very often. Sure, go ahead. Sit on down and kick your feet up. Life as a student is so much fun. I've been here for a month already, and I haven't gotten bored at all. Glad to hear it. Oh yeah, you made some cookies at the cooking club, didn't you? How'd they turn out? Want to try them for yourself? Millium took some cookies out of a paper bag. Here you go. They're pretty good. Awesome. Can't wait. Munch. It's a bit salty. Haha, yeah, I messed up and used salt instead of sugar. That's such a cliche that I didn't think people actually did it. Actually pretty good though. Irene. Did you even stop to think that I might have poisoned that cookie? Didn't even cross my mind. You wouldn't have really gained anything by doing that, though, would you? That's true. You might not want to be so trusting, though. It's like you forget I'm with the intelligence division sometimes. Okay, that is true. Mostly due to how natural it feels to have you here. Think about it. There are a ton of students here at Thors, and a lot of them are kind of weird, to be honest. This isn't a normal school, and you're not an average student, but you fit here and make things more interesting. I mean, guess in that way, Thors is kind of like the salty cookie. Maybe that makes you the salt. Huh. I think I kind of get what you mean. Not really sure, though. It's fine if you don't get it right now. Maybe it'll make sense someday. Thanks for the cookie. I don't mind having some more another time. Got it. I'll make them even saltier just for you. That's not what I meant. Your bond with Millium strengthened. Kinda get what you mean, I guess. Looking forward to my next batch of cookies, though. They'll be even tastier. I mean, if she gets the salt consistency right, the taste would be amazing. So if, like, you had the, like, salted caramel, that sort of thing. Like, caramel is sugar, by the way, if you didn't know that for some reason. It's very much that case of, like, salt is a taste enhancer. If you get the portion right, it enhances the taste. So those cookies could be amazing if she gets the balance right. Anyway, what are you doing here, Schwarzer? Not a whole lot. Just passing through. You seem pretty focused, though. What do you mean by that? Are we not implying that I made my way here to practice or any such nonsense? Got it. Seems kind of crestfallen. Hey, did something happen? Nothing that has to do with you. All of his noble posturing, Patrick worries about things like anyone else. Maybe I can help him out. Keep asking. Would you mind telling me what happened? I'm not trying to offer you my help as charity or anything like that, but sometimes it can help to just talk things through with someone. You really are a strange fellow, aren't you? But if I must, I must. If you wouldn't mind. Where do I begin? To be completely frank, I'm a little concerned about Celestin. That's a surprise. Can't imagine what a butler of his skill could do to cause someone else concern. Seems you may be overestimating his abilities somewhat. For the last week or so, he's been acting rather odd, for the lack of a better term. Not only has he stopped reprimanding me when he normally would, he's taken to spoiling me too. Worse yet, every reply he gives me sounds half-hearted and empty. Now that is odd for him. This is the first time he's ever done something like this too. Don't misunderstand me, he still performs his duties as a butler magnificently. However, his actions of late have made him seem distant, more so than ever. Curiously, I've also overheard him discussing seemingly serious issues over the telephone too. Something must be going on. Agreed. Unfortunately, whenever I bring it up, he simply brushes me off. This is infantilizing, of course, but more dishearteningly, it feels like a betrayal of trust. I've never seen the two of us as a typical master and servant, but something more. Perhaps something more akin to brothers. Maybe I can worm some details out of him. Oh? It's possible. Might be going through something that he'd rather not involve those he cares about in. But I won't get involved if you don't want me to. If that's the case, you truly wouldn't mind? Not in the slightest. Leave it to me. What exactly do you hope to gain by helping me, Schwarzer? Suppose it doesn't matter. You will likely find Celestin attending to the upper-class dorm. I leave discovering the truth to you. I'll head right over there. Well then, Schwarzer, I leave this issue in your hands. I'll be here when you're ready to report. Oh, hello there. Is there something I can help you with? I'm actually looking for Celestin. You haven't seen him around anywhere, have you? I have, but he left for your dorm just a short while ago. Mentioned having something to collect from Sharon? From Sharon, huh? I wonder what it is. Thank you very much for the info. I'll try to catch him over there. We servants are always busy this time of year. For instance, I have to double check who has permission to come home late, and then make sure their meals are prepared. However, it is all for the sake of supporting those hardworking students, so I'll gladly put the effort in. Oh, hello, Master Reen. Is there something you need from me? I'm actually searching for Celestin right now. Have you seen him? I heard that he was headed over here. Indeed, you missed him by a matter of moments. As it happens, I'd made too much for dinner this evening, so I decided to offer him what we wouldn't be able to eat, which he said he would gladly take off our hands. So, he was here to collect it. I see. Maids and butlers have their own economy, don't they? Does that mean he headed back to the upper-class dorm, then? Not necessarily. But there was something about his demeanor today that seemed quite different than usual. He was considering a brief stop at Kirsch's on his way back to unwind a little. Though I can't say for sure that he's headed there. Kirsch's, was it? Well, that was my next stop, at least. Thanks, Sharon. You're very welcome. I happen to be in the middle of dinner preparations. There is still some time until everyone else returns, so dinner will have to wait until then. If you have any remaining business, it may be wise to finish it now. Lady Sarah has yet to sober up too. If you have any remaining business, it may be wise to finish it now. Celestin. Good day, Master Reen. My apologies as always for the constant trouble Master Patrick causes you. Oh, no worries. He's not half as much trouble as he tries to be. Hold on a sec. Is that alcohol you're drinking? Not even I can escape the allure of drinking on the job once in a while. Sorry, that was my terrible attempt at a joke. Of course, this is non-alcoholic. I'm here for the atmosphere rather than the intoxication. I see. Patrick was right. He is acting kind of strange. Time for me to get to the bottom of this. Hey, Celestin. If I may, Masterine, allow me to guess the sequence of events that brought you here. On your way to the training hall, you just so happened to bump into Master Patrick. After a period of guarded discussion, he let slip his worries about me. And being the paragon of selflessness you are, you offered to talk with me, which ultimately led you here, am I correct? You haven't been watching us from the shadows or anything, have you? Not at all. It was a simple deduction when you know the pieces in play and the surrounding circumstances. Yeah. However, the real surprise is that Master Patrick could bring himself to make a request of you. That must have caused him more concern than I had ever imagined. He's really worried about you. I don't want to ask you to say any more than you're comfortable with, but isn't there anything you can tell me? Let's just say that things are rather complex. Then would you prefer to talk to Patrick about whatever's going on? You're kind of bad for him the way things stand. I understand. You've come all this way for Master Patrick's sake, so it'd be rude of me to leave things as they are. But just telling you everything would be a bit of a bore, so why don't we play a little card game? What kind of card game? I have 2 blade cards here. One card is a 1, the other is a 7. Now watch carefully as I shuffle these. Correctly guess which one is the 7, and you win. Do that, and I'll tell you everything you wish to know. Well, if you don't mind me getting one question in now, is there a point to all of this? I admit that is kind of an unusual requirement. This is a deeply personal matter, so I'm a little hesitant to discuss it. In other words, I'd rather put myself in a situation in which I don't have the choice not to. Now it makes sense. Well then, I accept your challenge. Thank you. Alright. Then please choose, Masterine. Which card is the 7? Card on the left. I'll go with the card on the left. Understood. Allow me to flip the card. And there's the 7. Looks like I win, Celestin. Indeed. Excellently played, Masterine. So, if you wouldn't mind. Fear not, I'm a man of my word. But how do I begin? I recently received a direct order to return to the Kiam's household from the Marquis himself. In fact, I'm expected to return to St. Arc as early as next week. Are you serious? Gravely. Personally, I'd much rather stay by Master Patrick's side. However, I've been told that things are getting hectic over there. I see. Surprised to hear that the Marquis would ask for Celestin specifically. Must be even more talented than we think he is. However, Marquis Hyams is an incredibly good-hearted man. Entirely possible that he will allow me to continue to do as I wish so long as I carry out the duties he asks of me. So I've been trying to find a way to remain in Trista, no matter how much additional work I must do. That's what had me so occupied of late. And that, embarrassingly enough, has been the root of my odd behavior. That'd do it. Do you mind if I ask why you want to stay by Patrick's side that much, though? Perhaps it does seem a bit strange from your perspective. Afraid you don't have time for the full story, but I will say this. Master Patrick was the one to treat me not as a servant, but as an equal. He gave me a place in the world that others couldn't, and for that, I would do anything for him. I never knew. So this is what Patrick meant when he said, they're more than just master and servant. That said, I feel terrible that my attempts to remain by his side have caused him so much concern. But telling you all of this has made my mind up. How so? I've decided I'm going to tell his lordship exactly how I feel. Should that fail, I'll simply have to think of something else, but I will stay with Master Patrick. But it was speaking to you that allowed me to reach that conclusion. If bouncing your thoughts off of me helped, then I'm glad I was here. Well then, I shouldn't waste another minute here if I want to settle all this. Allow me to take my leave, Master Reen. Good luck. Hope it works out for you. Also, could I ask you to explain my behavior to Master Patrick? I have some explaining of my own to do later, of course, but I'd like it if you could at least share the basic details of my feelings on the matter with him. Of course. You can count on me. Let's speak to him. Oh, he's gone. That was a shock. Did you get anything out of Celestin? I did. Reen told Patrick about their card game and what Celestin told him afterward. So he's been told to return to St. Ark. Yet he's still doing everything in his power to prevent that from happening. Trying to act without consulting me again. What foolishness. Why do you seem so happy about that? Happy? Sometimes I wonder what color your sky is, Schwarzer. Besides, even if Celestin were forced to leave my side, I would be perfectly... No matter. You did well today. You're the last person I'd want to be indebted to, so take this and call us even. Oh, Patrick thrust the steel blue into Reen's hands. Hold on. They didn't help you expecting some kind of reward, except the name of your tailor. That just makes things even worse. I do not wish to be in your debt. Think of this as me having filled a formal request, and you having fulfilled it. Nothing more. As such, you receive your reward, walk away, and no loose ends remain. Got it. You've done what I've needed you to do. Your presence is no longer necessary. Don't mistake my relieved expression for one of gratitude. Nothing could be further from the truth. Sure thing, Patrick. Right, so let's actually end this part here then. In the next part, we'll do some rounds. There's no one in the swimming pool at all, which makes sense because, you know, we talk to the other characters, so get an idea of what's going on with the swimming pool. But yeah, so we're done for this part. We'll do the rounds a little bit. There shouldn't be that many people around at this time of night, I don't think. We'll see how long it takes, but the plan is very much rounds, then go speak to Toa. So, we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ta for now.